Our languages. The world is full of languages. There are more than 5,000 languages in use today. There are thousands of ways to say a simple word, like hello. Many of the world's languages are related. French, Italian, and Spanish are Latin languages. They share many words and some grammar. German, Swedish, and English are related too. Where did all these languages come from? There are many stories about where our languages came from. Many of these stories are similar to the story of the Tower of Babel. To understand this story, we must begin with the flood. The Great Flood. Long ago, there was a great flood. The world was covered with water. Noah and his family were safe on his ark. After the water had gone away, the only people left on earth were Noah and his family. They spoke one language. Some of Noah's children's children went east to a land called Shinar, sometimes said to be Babylon, in modern-day Iraq. Some years later, these people decided to build a tower, tall enough to reach heaven. They wanted to be one people, close to God. The building begins. They spent a long time building the tall tower. Thousands of people worked long and hard every day. They made the bricks with mud from the earth and dried them in the hot sun. The tower got bigger and bigger, taller and taller, and the people were happy. They were working together as one people. An unhappy God. The story says that one day, God came down to see this tower. He was not happy. He did not like the tower. It did not honor him. The people wanted to make themselves as great as God. God made the people speak in different languages so they could no longer be one people. He wanted to make them feel bad for building such a tower. The people were confused and went to all corners of the world. They took their new languages with them. Many versions. A different version of the story says Nimrod, their leader, wanted power for himself. He did not want the people to think of God, but think of him. So he ordered the people to make the tower for him. This version of the story says God was angry that the people were building the tower for Nimrod and not God. How true is this story? Historians have found some of the places mentioned in the many versions of the Tower of Babel, although no one has found the tower. There is doubt that people thousands of years ago could build such a tall tower with ancient tools and techniques. Some scientists say there is no evidence of a great flood, so how can there have been only one language? But maybe scientists just need more time. We are not completely sure how the pyramids were built, yet we can see them. And evidence of the flood would be deep under the ocean, making it hard to find. So what do you think? Most modern researchers say many languages developed independently all over the world. They mixed and changed over time to create new languages. These became the languages we know today. Where do you think the world's languages come from?